Hello. In this video I'd like to discuss thought and how thought is applied in your life, and removing the idea that thought is you. There's the famous philosopher René Descartes that said, "I think, therefore I am," which is also like saying, without thought I am nothing. But that is not true, because thought comes secondary to you. There is life, and then thought is an aspect of life, of you. So you exist without thought, and you can know that simply by focusing your attention on anything that's real. Feel yourself sitting in the seat and listen to the thoughts in your head. When you listen to your thoughts, there are no thoughts. So you exist without thought. Thought is secondary in your life, and thought is a tool. It's not you. So you cannot be better, be a more advanced, developed, amazing person. You can't be more than you are now, ever, but you especially can't through thought. And that's a common misperception. Most people think that if they study more and learn more, they become more, but that's not true. You are who you are now, and if you compare yourself now to how you were 5 years ago, you haven't changed at all. The situations in your life will have changed dramatically, because life constantly changes, but you don't. You're just you, and that's a beautiful thing. It removes the belief that you have to chase and achieve something to become yourself. You are you, and you will always be you, and nothing could ever stop you from being you. And thought doesn't affect who you are. Thought is a tool to help you experience the world. If you would like to create something, you can think about what you might like to do, and steer your actions by predicting what the future may hold and going with that. So if I think, well, the clouds are moving in and it looks like it might rain tomorrow, I'm going to go out and do something that involves the rain. If it doesn't rain, however, that's fine. But you can use thought for predicting the future, and that's a great tool. When you look at yourself and how thought is applied in your life right now, just in a very matter-of-fact way. If you've injured yourself, let's say you've accidentally cut your arm, thought doesn't heal your arm. You don't need to think, okay, I need to spend 15 minutes focusing on my arm, thinking about healing myself to heal. It heals by itself without thought. Your hair grows, your digestive system, the blood pumps through your body. If you're still growing, if you're younger and you're still growing, you grow without thought. Your entire life exists without thought. Thought then is a part of your life. It's a tool. It's like one of your limbs. It doesn't have to run your life. And knowing that and seeing that is so freeing, because most people's thoughts never stop. They're constantly going. And people aren't ever really aware that they can be free of thought. And it's not who they are. They won't die if they stop thinking. In fact, they'll be free when they stop thinking. And bring the concept of thought down from being the ruler of your life down to where it should be, which is a tool. And it's an amazing tool. To not have the ability to think would be a very, very different life. And humans are so advanced, and we've created this whole civilization through thought. But the universe exists without thought. Our civilization was created through thought. So without the universe, without everything that exists, including all life on the planet, without that, we would not exist, and neither would thought. But if we removed our civilization and all thoughts, the universe would still exist. So it's just bringing thought back to where it needs to be in your life. And when you do that, when you just use thought when it's required, then the rest of your life will be very peaceful. And even while you're thinking, it'll be very clear. You'll be able to make good decisions because you won't have millions of other thoughts clouding your mind, and you won't be making decisions based on fiction. When you bring your attention back to reality, you see fact. And then from a very still place, from fact, you can make a good decision based on reality. But if you're lost in thought and you believe the world is horrible and people shouldn't be doing this and all these things shouldn't be happening, and then you try and base decisions guiding your life from this crazy fictional world of thought that is most of the time very unpleasant, then you're only going to create more unhappiness. And so start by learning how to still your mind, and I've covered that in the past, but I'll cover it again now because it's that important. Start by stilling your mind by focusing your attention on reality. Feel your chair under you and listen to the sounds in the room. Think about what smells are in the room. Touch what's around you. See what's around you. Taste anything that, if there's a taste in your mouth that you might be eating, really taste what you're eating, rather than just eating while your mind's while you're lost in thought and you're just eating. You can actually focus your attention back on thought, and you suddenly realize, wow, what I'm eating tastes amazing, and what I'm seeing looks amazing, and what I'm hearing sounds amazing. The world is phenomenal when you experience it. When you live in reality, life is amazing. But when you miss reality, the fictional world is very unamazing. And here's a really, really powerful little experiment you can do. Look at your surroundings now. Look at all the colour. If there's any sounds in the room, and listen to them. Listen to the depth of the range of frequencies that you're hearing. Feel your body and what you're sitting on, and really immerse yourself in reality and pay full attention to everything for as long as you can. And once you've done that, once you really know where you are and you've seen the depth of everything and the way light hits things and creates shadows and this amazing world, then close your eyes and imagine the world, imagine what you've just seen in the same depth that you've just experienced it. And when you do that, you realize your thoughts, that your thought-created world is a fraction of what reality holds. So when you do that, let's just say I look around the room now, I close my eyes, I can imagine a speaker in the corner, and it doesn't have the depth and the life that it has now. The reality of it is so much more impressive than my imagination, my thoughts about it. And that happens with everything. Reality will always be infinitely more deep and amazing than your thoughts about reality could ever be. So still your mind, bring thoughts back down to the level of tool, not everything, and live your life from reality, and use the tool of thought when needed. That's it. Try that and see how we go. Thanks for watching. Cheers.